to the stream. My name is Lee. It is pre-150, so I think I'm doing pretty well. Those of you who are new to the channel might realize that, yes, if I say I'm starting 130 and it's pretty much 150, that I have failed somehow, and I agree that I have failed. But I failed less than I did yesterday, so I think that's how this goes. I am, we're getting there. Um, yeah, welcome on in. Today, as you might know, is Greyhawk Day. So, first thing I gotta do is go over and tell everyone I'm going live. I'm trying not to eat on stream because, uh, that is apparently, well, I knew that was like a thing for people, including a very good friend, but, um, okay. Might also require, okay. Keep an item. Something's going wrong. Okay. Something's being silly. So, let's start with that. Right, here's ear. Okay. So here's greet and look and friend. Yes, friend. Yes, friend is fine. Okay, let's do things. Okay. Sorry. Um um okay. So we are going to do the thing. Um I might boop. Okay. We need to do shenanigans. What was I doing? Yes, do this. Um oh yes, it's Greyhawk Day. So for those of you who don't know, hi, my name is Lee. Um and I do a lot of random stuff on my streams, but and I was realizing that I put a lot of that stuff into my Discord, and I need to better organize it. Um, uh, what I was saying was, what I was saying was that we should have more things. Yes, what I was saying was that Wednesdays are Greyhawk Day. So for those of you who don't know, Greyhawk here is very awesome. The Greyhawk Wiki. We are bringing it up right now. Very cool. Um, the problem with the Greyhawk Wiki is that there's stuff that is in Greyhawk books that isn't in the wiki yet. The solution to that is people like me. Every, well, last Wednesday I missed it, but basically, um, I frequently go about doing things like this Greyhawk online. Okay, no, not that one. Where I take the things that are, um, the, yes, the Undying. You see here. I take books like this, PDF copy. Well, this is the one I have. I have PDF copy. Sometimes I'll use the monster manual, and that one is the like AD&D monster manual that I was gifted by a good friend like Zimba. I run it in a raffle on his channel, and I take that sometimes and poke around at the stuff and learn things, and it's very cool. So there's that. Now, here's what we do. Um, we do all sorts of fun stuff, and we do cool things. So, thingamabob is that the whatchamajigs. Oh yes, we do fun things like thingamabobs and whatchamajigs. Okay, right. So Greyhawk. So I take all of the things from there and put them in the thing, and it is now about the thing. The auto ad thing is going to start. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stretch for a little bit. I encourage you to do the same. Get stretch, get liquids. Neds if you need them. I keep forgetting to take mine, so I try to remind everyone else to do them. And then we will meet back here. We will reconvene, and we will do Greyhawk. we'll work on that. I'll go back to where I was. We'll have our time. I have to tell the grad. Well, that's next. So, 30 seconds. Our we were doing North Province and going character by character, if I recall correctly. So we're doing at the bottom they have people of North Province. Oh yes, um, Bellport, Dangal, Kingstra. Okay, Sir Barristan, and then we had Elkrest. Elkerst, Prince of House Torcan. Okay, well, Elkerst. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna. There's gonna be an ad that gets run soon, and we'll do Elkhurst. I will start on that, and um, actually, we should do that first to make sure, and go to here. That where am I going? I'm going to Greyhawk server to tell everyone that I'm there, and then still not. It's being stupid about that. Oh, and I need to get. Oh boy. Okay. I also need to get coolant for my computer apparently, so that's fun. Um, all right. All right. I'm back here. All right. Perfect timing. I'm back. Hang on. Let me open the thing up first. Okay. Do not have a snack with me. I do have some liquid and fudge. Hang on. Oh, ew. Okay. Thank you. Welcome back. So, our goal is to go to here and um, uh, Veep. Okay. Now we have that settled. Um, welcome on in. We are doing fun stuff. Elkhurst. Okay, so who is Elkhurst? And did we already do it? Did I either I already do him or someone else did? That is part A. Is there already existing? So, let's see. Elkhurst. So the first thing is anyone? Did anyone already do Elkhurst? If someone already did Elkhurst, we'll move on. Actually, no. Prince Elkhurst, Atir, House Celestial House of, yes, Celestial House of Verity. Torcans, yes, Elkhurst. So he's referenced, but not. There's no page on him, which means it is time to make a page. Ready? New article templates. Yee. Then we go to character, person. Then we do just the name, not the um Elkhurst. Yes, no, not the title. This. Yay. Okay. Elk. And we double check. Yes, okay. So, then we start going with um, title prince. Occupation. Okay, so this is where we start getting the basic details. Um, oh, he's a 12th letter fighter. Um, alignment lawful neutral. 37 years old. 6'2", powerfully built. Long brown hair, has a curious white streak just behind his right ear. Although his full beard has no such odd feature. So he has a one tiny streak of white hair, even though he's only 37, and he has a beard. Let's see, he has a full beard, but brown eyes are large and strong. Forearms bristle with thick hair. He's a manly man. For his Singing Defender longsword, ooh, he has a magic sword, +4, which twice a day can emit a wave of sound in a 120-degree arc to a range of 120 feet. Hostile creatures in the area of effect must make a saving throw versus spell or else be affected by Symbol of Persuasion. Trident of Fish Command and a Ring of Regeneration. He's got some magic drip. Okay, hang on. Hard ruler, but fair. Prospered under his leadership, some speak of him as the next ruler of North Province. Though he has no such ambition, he would be content with Grenell if only the Herzog would sweep the orcs from the land instead of working with them. Grenell is. There's some interesting friction on the matter of the orcs and whether or not anyone gets along with them. Hope to marry Anzen's sister, Siskinama, to unite Kaport Bay and Atiran create a powerful eastern land. He was fostered by Anzan's father and thus fond of him, or rather fond of what Anzan was. Oh yeah, and then Anzan became an animus, and now Elkhurst is kind of called off the marriage. Um, okay. He needless expend his strength in um might appeal to him. An alliance with other factions. He hates the Overking, so he hates the Overking. Um, interesting. He's not evil. Lawful neutral. Okay. Interesting. Home is Atir. Make sure we spell Atir right. Um, 2 R's. Alignment. Lawful neutral. Gender male. So he's name pronoun, so we'll just go with that. Race is human. Ethnicity is. Class is fighter. He's a 12th level fighter. Language is parent spouse. Spouses. He has a broken engagement. Age 37 as of. Okay, so age is 37 as of 585. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. Um, yeah, or why they're significant. So this is just a very, very broad strokes. Um, Torquan. Torquann. Okay, spell it right. Is how to spell Torquan. Um, yes, I spelled Torquan correctly. Sorry, do I have? No, I don't have anyone in chat. Okay, I do try to check chat. If you say something in chat and I don't respond, it's because I didn't notice. um, how good I am at keeping up with chat depends on how in the groove I get and how often people are chatting. Like if people are talking constantly in chat, which is not a bad thing necessarily. I do enjoy, especially if you're talking Greyhawk and swapping ideas and stuff. But but I respond if people are talking more commonly in chat. Then I'll probably be in chat saying, "Oh hey," responding. Whereas um, it's the summoning ritual. I don't know if it actually works. We used to say we had to summon her. We had to say the name 3 times. That was our youth. Um, okay. All right. So there's that. I don't know. She might be just not busy today. Oh right. She's um certified expert and the one who runs the wiki and just really cool. Um. So there's okay. Yeah. So House of Prince Torcan. Um. Prince House Torcan and rules the. What does he do? All right, let me look at Atir and see if there's any information on him in that section, which is up here. Um, oh, just the major power base in the province, built 35 miles from the coast along with the Trask estuary. Well-disciplined army, growing naval strength, and is a key trade city. Uh, yeah, my body's doing that thing where. So I've started actually getting a decent amount of sleep, and then my body's like, "No, you need more. You were running on too little, and you need now that you're willing to actually sleep, you want they want and my body wants more and more and more." And I'm just like, okay. 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 Distances himself from all nobles, House Neelix, and has made it quite plain to Grendel that he will not allow his force to be part of any pact to attack Reddick. Has received emissaries from both Reddick and the Frost and Snow Barbarians, and has concluded agreements with them. Barbarians do not raid Atir or Elcrest lands, nor those minor Torcan princelings along the coast as far as Causeway of Fiends. They also refrain from raiding Atir's shipping. In return, Elcrest supplies weapons to Marner, his own war galleys traveling there, in return for wood and furs. Deer vessels also trade with the Sea Barons, although not as often as they once did. The southern Durian Road is not used for trade with Loru, given the evil triumphant there, though a Tyr malicious work. Okay, so that's the reason I'm going back to Deer is because that's Elcurse greatly, but the fish would uh, okay, so Granel, he is okay. Are strongly Iridian flan, and many have more flan blood than Iridian. Most are fishermen. Okay, so interesting note about population of Atir is high flan percentage. So the flan were basically the group that lived all throughout the Flaness. That's the term flan. A lot of different, it's a broad term, like something like European, where it's like, or African, where it's like, yes, this is an entire, you know, continent or indigenous America. Like, this is a broad term covering a lot of different groups who very well have their own, internal beefs and relationships, etc. But Flines, so then Iridian, are those who came from the other continent over toward the Flines subcontinent. The Flines is kind of a subcontinent. Here, I'm going to bring up a map, mostly because I like maps, and we'll get to actually editing Outcrest thing. I promise. But I wanna bring up a map because I like. Not this one. This one. Okay, so the map I'm going to use is Anna B. Myers. Uh, let's see if I can get the easy zoom to work. I might have to there might be a method. I might have to go and dig through the Patreon to actually get the Easy Zoom now, but because they do work now, but you have to go through. It's not put up on the website, which is fine. Anna is awesome, and she provides all sorts of things. So Anna B. Meyer is a classically trained cartographer, ex-Air Force pilot, general badass, really cool. She's so nice. I've met her in person. She's so cool. Yes, she's a person. Oh yeah, so she's cool. And she was originally Swedish. She moved to the country. This country married some. Meyer, at least her married name, but she's Anyway, point being, she's cool, and she's a huge member of the Greyhawk community, and does basically a lot of the maps. In fact, the new map of Greyhawk uses a lot of her adjustments to the coastlines. Or, sorry, well, that's the only one of her maps that's technically canon, but except maybe some nuns in the new Greyhawk 5e Greyhawk sourcebook they're putting out. But vis-a-vis all of that, Anna's awesome. Basically, Anna B. Meyer, she does the maps, and I'm a patron of hers on Patreon. You should be. I would highly suggest doing so as well. Because support her work she does for the Greyhawk community. Oh, right. Point being, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Radek is here. Now, I want to show you something. North Province. This is map as of 1776. So before the break of the Great Kingdom. So Great Kingdom here. Um, so, 585 is the Great Kingdom. A lot of this is still 585. There's a few. Martyr is the trade route. Trask estuary. So Et here should be somewhere. Belport, Port Bay. We're gonna find it here. Belport. So it's farther inland. East Fair is I wish. We're gonna find it. Anyway, the point being, first because we were doing, then I'll zoom out and show you something. Okay, let me find, freaking. That's the only thing about. See, right here. Here we go. So yeah, that's a little closer to the coast than I would have. It's 35 miles inland. I would have. I mean, Prince Valley here, yes. So it's a little Trask River and Martyr, which we was talking about. Yeah, so that's Atir. Elchrist is Prince holding Atir. He's in control of the city. North Province, then you got this ocean here. This is Solinar Ocean. Solnor. I always want to say Solinar. It's Solnor. The Solar Compact, which is why I first got into this, actually. But yes, this is that. So I want to show you something. Go, zoom out. So this is the Flyness. This is... So I don't know if the former Berklunish and Sulois lands counts as part of the Flyness, but... And then you see how this is like a land bridge here? That's everything to the west of that is Auric, basically. It's another continent. There are some maps that are a little bigger that show the entire globe, but basically, Flyness is sort of like a subcontinent of that. So you got all this land here. The Flan people, Iridians kind of came. So the Sulois and the Clunish were here. Up here is where the Clunish Empire was. Sulois Empire was down here. You notice how it's all gray on the map? That's because they fought this. They used basically the equivalent of magical weapons of mass destruction on each other. This is a huge part of Greyhawk history. And the people, they started fleeing west. They started fleeing east, refugeeing out, along with a lot of Iridian mercenaries who were working for them, who had already started going east. People from Uruk started going east and displacing a lot of Flan communities. There was some tension there. There was some mixing of bloodlines. There was some fighting. There was some killing. There was a little bit of different things, and different groups edit differently. Point being, vis-a-vis all of that, the reason, so Flaneridian, those living in the Flyness now are usually some class of mix of Iridian, Sulois, mixed ethnicities. And no one is too far. It's not necessarily super important one way or the other about that, except for the deities. So this is a bit. Oh yeah, the southern part here is not Sulois. That's a whole different culture. group. Then you got Scarlet Brotherhood. They are big on Suloi supremacy. They think they want to reenact the Suloi's empire as it existed. They tend to do some dubious things to do so, and tend to be used as bad guys a lot. They're not uh, directly involved in slave trade, but they definitely have their fingers in it, like support wise. Then you got different groups and Great Kingdom. But yes, that is rundown on Flanessus sub. Oh, so when they say Flan versus Iridian Bloodline, yes, that's what they mean about the different groups. Um, yeah, a lot of the kingdoms across the Flaness were founded by Iridian refugees, and how much they worked with the local Flans, and how much they slaughtered local Flan depends on which exact kingdom, and you know, um, but that is a lot of things. So tier is high of Flan descent, in the tier over here. Um, and there's the ocean and river Trask estuary. That's this one. Okay. On the river, 35 miles inland, which doesn't seem all that much on this map, but you know, that's okay. That's Anna's map. Also, Anna is awesome. Okay, so vis-a-vis all of that, we got sidetracked. That happens a lot if you're new to the channel. That does happen. Tend to happen a lot. Getting sidetracked. Sorry. I might need another break at some point soon. But what I wanted to do, what? So the way the okay, yeah, it's off. Pre-roll's off for another 30 seconds, and if I run a 1 minute ad, it puts the pre-roll back up. Turns the pre-roll back off. So that um, yeah. There used to be a setting where you would do hour and a half every half hour or so, and it was way more, but it also kept the pre-roll um, off completely and a little bit more, but there's no setting in between the two that I can get, so we're experimenting with this. Okay. Um, so yeah, we might end up doing a quick stretch break and over an ad, but that's later. Okay, so point being, we're gonna actually get some of this done first up. That's our plan. Rule the city with here. Yes. So there's very little on him. Actually, yes. Works. Grenell. Okay, now I have to spell Grenell correctly. Yeah, because he negotiated all of these things, which actually will come into play later. That he can negotiate well and does so. Um, Grenell. Grenell. Two, one and two L's. Grenell. Um, so that will link the page to Grenell, but we'll say Grace Grenell because Grace is his title, as in his Grace, as in the king title, sort of. That's his. He's the Herzog of North Province. So the title of Prince in the Flaness. Uh, okay, so a few notes. Um, this whole area, um, all the way from the. Oh, look, actually, yeah, for these mountains, which is the crystal, yeah, all the way from the crystal mist, at least from the crystal mist, all the way to the Solnar Ocean. Uh, it is called the Flaness, and then you got south of, yeah, this is Hempen Monenland, um, which is a separate thing. But yeah, all the way down through Sunni and Scarlet Brotherhood. Okay, this is important. So that's the Flaness. When they say Greyhawk, Worth is the planet. It includes the Flaness and Monenland that's down here, plus Auric, and there's a few other continents Off to the west, you don't see. So that is the that's Orth. When they say Greyhawk, what they mean is so that's Hardbeat. This city right up here. Um, yeah, this city here is the free city of Greyhawk, and then the there's a lot of territory that goes from Greyhawk down to Hardby that is controlled by the city. So New York, like New York City versus New York State, like the land graft of the Celadon, which was originally what Greyhawk was, which kind of the land graftum dissolved as a political entity, but all of the land therein fell to Greyhawk, as sort of, especially after the Greyhawk Wars, in 583-ish, 580 to 583, that area, there's a series of conflicts. During that conflict, Hardby, which had been its own, political entity since the dissolution of the Landgraftum, then fell back under the control, and the Marines, the Hardby Marines, which are technically of Greyhawk, enforced law there. So a lot of these lands, say between the towns between Greyhawk and Hardby, along the river, um, the Celadon River, um, are all kind of one political entity, which is also called Greyhawk. This map is from before. I was going to say this map is from before the. Um, yeah, this map is from before the Greyhawk Wars, in 576, so it still lists the Ganaki of Hardby as separate, but they do eventually merge. My point being, Greyhawk is either the city or the land surrounding the city, which is up here, you got Gross and Grottle and Elmshire and all these other um, areas up here. So you got that. Then you have, which now includes what all of this town that used to be in the Ganaki of Hardby, and I think some of these cities along the coast as well. And Narwhal, I think Narwhal's still separate, but point being, yes. So they say Greyhawk. It can uh, refer to A, the city itself, B, the territory surrounding the city, which expanded over the years, C, the entirety of the Flyness, essentially, or D, all of Orth. The term Greyhawk is the reason I bring this up. Oh, we're getting very distracted, but my point on bringing that up. Hi, Kit, welcome. Kit popped in. Ooh, and you subbed. Welcome, bienvenue. 22 months. That's nearly 2 years that you've been officially subbed. That's pretty impressive. Um, that, yeah, that's. I've been at this for a long time. But what I was trying to explain, I got sidetracked, um, and was going on my usual explanation of, which I don't know if anyone in the chat actually has never heard of Greyhawk before. Probably not. But I was going on my usual, a little bit of an explanation of, so Greyhawk can mean all of Orth as a setting world. It can also mean just the city. It can also mean the land surrounding the city. Or like the Flyness is generally pretty well defined because it's the Crystal Mists eastward to the ocean, roughly. Maybe some of the old Clunish lands, but it's a little subcontinent. Whereas Greyhawk gets used interchangeably because the setting started. Um, ooh, fair enough. Um, yeah, but yes, yeah. So Greyhawk is, when I say Great Library of Greyhawk, or I say Good Afternoon Greyhawk, what I mean is the setting of Orth as a fictional setting, and not just the city, but also all the land and the Flyness and all of that. There's very little setting information on the rest of Orc that's not. Sorry, the rest of Orth that's not um, a third party fan. And hi! Um, oh, fun. Fun fact. Yes. Um, basically, yes. Fun fact about World of Greyhawk. WOG is also a racial slur the Brits use to refer to dark-skinned people from not Europe. So it's so when you type it out like that, the auto model will be like, wait, there's a racial slur. I'm like, no, that's not what she meant. That is not what she meant. But yes. Oh, right. So I was doing Elchrist, who is Prince of a City of Tyr, and doesn't get along with Grenell. Yes, he and Grace Grenell are uh um which is um in the North Province. Um in the North Kingdom. In North Kingdom, which was formerly the North Province. North Province of Great Kingdom. North Kingdom has its own page, so we can link it. So it's a North Kingdom. Uh, um, Prince Faz Torcan, yes. Of Great Kingdom. I think Great Kingdom. We'd have to test the thing. Okay. But the two do not let along well. Yes. Still, he's well liked as a ruler. Um, right. So Princess Torcan rules the city of Tyr. Formerly North Province, gets works great on the two not along well, and generally keeps the city out of external conflict. He is well liked as a ruler because of his because of his skill in um, I mean that trade negotiation is like his whole thing. He's well liked as ruler, and there's some political uh, yes. Okay. Yes. Appearance. So that's a good rundown. He's good at trade negotiation. Keeps the city out of trouble. Is basically do not get the city into various things. Trade negotiation is this big thing. That's a pretty good basic. Okay, I'm gonna go. Let me just. Um. Yep. Yes. Creative Commons. All right. So there we go. Now we have a page that is Prince Post Torcan. He rules the city. This. He does this. That's basic rundown. Now we can go through and actually edit all of the various things, saving as we go. That's generally how I do. I know some people have different editing styles. My usual one is if you want a page, get like a good solid introduction, and then go through and go from there. Um, Ugh. All right, I'm apparently crashing because okay. We're gonna keep going. So for a little bit, at least I'm gonna start with an appearance. I'm gonna start with his appearance, so we're actually making progress here. Let me doesn't have any. Let's go with this. All right, we're taking out the religion section because um um taking out the religious section because he doesn't have any particular affiliation with deities. Probably pays lip service to Hexor because that's the official deity of the um, Great Kingdom. But let's see. Yes, Prince is 6'2". Oh, let's see. Let's go back down to his and let's see. We have a physical description here, so let's do it. Baron General, Shelter, Prince of House. Okay. Grenell, his radiant grace. Herzog of the North. Um, Ancient, yeah, Priest Dexter. Prince of House Torcan, 12th level fighter. He is a 12th, yeah, he's powerfully built. Um, um, a strong level to boot, as well as having, um, uh, yes, yes, he has body hair. Um, he's strong and well built and has body hair. He's hairy. He's got chest hair. I don't know if I can. I don't know if that's too much. Um, well, I'm not gonna show off chest hair on stream. That's. I feel like that'd be a little much. Even if I pull down the shirt from the top, it's still a little much for Twitch. But yes, I am growing my own set of chest hair, which is awesome. But yes, body hair. Let's see. Long brown hair, white streak just behind his right ear. Um, and then his beard. Large eyes, bristle with thick hair. Yep. Um, yes. Um, this is a mysterious streak of white hair. It's right ear. No, it's the right ear. Okay. Um. Uh. +4 plate mail of etherealness. Also sword. See below. So he's a shield. Um. He's +4. Okay. +4 armor is really impressive, and the plate mail of etherealness is. Yeah, he has a lot of magical items. He's a trident of fish command. He can be Aquaman. Okay. Sorry. Um. Mysterious streak, no white in his beard. Let's see. Bristle. Um, Brown hair that he wears long. Yes. Anything else about physical appearance? Any like mobile aids or anything like that? Nope. Hard ruler but fair. Prosper in his leadership. Yes. Right. Um, Hard but fair. I think hard but fair. Um, yes. He, yes. Let's see. Um, Cautiously doesn't want to. He's cautious. Ambitious. Um, he's cautious, not overly ambitious. Um, hmm. Hmm. Yeah. His goal is peace, not because he's any kind of pacifist as such. It's just he doesn't want to risk his man's life fighting for dumb stuff, which I think is an admirable quality. Um, War is, it doesn't serve any purpose usually, and therefore it's kind of dumb just to wage war over when you don't need to. Okay. Added everything. Yay. Okay, so that's beautiful. Um, there we go. Now, home possessions. We're gonna put in the possessions all his magical. He doesn't have any kind of like palace or anything, and I think Aether has its own page, so I think we're gonna take that section out. Let's see if there are any other sections we can take out first. Let's do this. We're gonna start taking some sections out. Right, that one. He doesn't really have any enemies. I mean, he has. Um, let's go with allies and other acquaintances. What if I did personal? He has his allies, his allegiance to the different barbarian groups, and his personal that. I think that's. And then we can take out activities. I don't know much. I usually leave all those in, even if I don't use any of them, just because I feel like they're a good framework for other people who have more at work. I know that's not always the that, but I think what we can do with this now is Okay. All right. I'm gonna. I think what I'm gonna do is we're getting somewhere here. I'm gonna take a 1 minute, run a minute, run a 1 minute ad. I'm going to stretch, um, and get more liquid, and then that will turn off pre-roll ads, and then I will come back and we'll do a little more on Elkhurst. Elkhurst, sound good? Okay. Yeah, that'll knock our ads back to the past the end of the stream, which I think, yes, that's good. So here is that. All right, hang on. Bop, shabop, shabop. Oh, hello, I'm back. Okay, excellent. Okay, Darth. Hi, Darth. You should say hi in chat. Hello. I also did just do a break to get liquid, so it is watered down orange Gatorade. So, Vindaba, welcome on in. Um, Elkhurst. So that's a little better now. That feels a little better. I'm a little liquid. I'm gonna do some more on Elkhurst. What else we got? Possessions. So, I don't think there's much in the way of history. Let's see. Possessions. Here we go. So, magical, accoutrement, magical items with which he equips himself. Right. We're gonna have a list. Um. Uh. Sword of. Sword of. Okay, so his. Let's see. Sword of. Oh no, Seeing Defender Longsword, +4. I think that might be. Of. Yep. Yes. 120 degrees and 120 feet. Uh, that is. I think the degree symbol is not a zero. I think what we need is feet. Yeah. Okay. 100 degrees. That's 20 feet. Um. Let's see. Plate mail. How do you spell? Okay. Mail. Uh. Um. Ear. Did I spell theory on this right? Yeah. Etherealness. So etherealness is spelled right, just not okay. This is a funny modern phenomenon of you working with a spell checking program. It's you put the two halves of the word separately to see if they're like an underused compound word or using a suffix in a way that doesn't tend to be used. Means that you're um, means that you often end up doing stuff like that where you break up a word just to see um, plate mail plus 4 with zeros. Oh, right, I've forgotten to be doing the um, um 58. Citations. I've been forgetting my citations. Plate mail ethereum list plus 4. Ability list. What else we got? Um, Bracers archery. Longbow plus. Ooh. Okay. Bracers of archery. Um, Brace of archery. Plus 3 longbow. Um. Oh no, that's sorry. The brace of archery and longbow are no. That's sorry. Trident of fish. Okay, sorry. No. Trident of fish command. The brace of archery and longbow plus 3 are Grace Grenell. Uh, um, Trident of fish command. You can just command fish. I don't know what that does. Ring of regeneration. Yeah, computer is being. It's running hot. Trying to cool off the computer. Um, but coolant as underneath the hot air rises, so it isn't as effective, but it is somewhat effective, I think. Regeneration. Okay. Yes. All right. Yep. Yep. Um. Okay. So what I need is Grinnell. What I need to do is come to here. The Undying. Alright, so there's that. Cancel. Okay. Bibliography. So there we go. Essentially, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's the formatting. Okay. In Geneva, Wisconsin, DSR, published online in 1995. Oh wow, 1995. Dang. Okay. All right. So, yep. Okay. So there you go. Bibliography. Citer. Yeah. So we can have our site source of the Undying of Charles Sargent. Okay. That's where all this info is coming from. Then we cite it in interior. Um, let's see. Adding citation would be to go up here to a tier and figure out what page it's on. Edgefield, Causeway Fiends. Um, 51. So what we can do is this. Um, okay, there's that. I know I didn't get a lot of editing done today. There we go. Okay, yeah. All right. History works. Okay. All right. I think what we can do is take those out because I don't think there's anything in there for them. Um, I don't think there's anything in there that couldn't also go in one of the other sections. So, um, okay. Now it looks a little nicer with um, I okay. Got that. Allies. Okay, we're just gonna do a little bit, and then that'll be pretty solid page. We can go back and tweak a little bit. Okay. Um, Success negotiated. This is where it gets tricky because here it is. Um, um, yeah, I think that his alliances include that um, Grendel is, um, yeah, he doesn't get along with Grendel, and Um, um, yes. Yep, those are all the things. Okay. Yes, penal code. Oh, slave rowers, many of whom were guilty of trivial offenses in the penal code of the city. Procans faces strong and small enclave of priests of Hextor does maintain, although, yes. Uh, um, um, Sea elves. Okay, so he, allies his. Okay, so we talk about his trusted advisor and, um, uh, um, um, yes, I know they have other names that they use for themselves, and that's probably a technical name, but, um, um, I'm gonna quotation. This is Frost and Snow Barbarians, and then maybe later we can go back and put yes, Great Kingdom, which there's also the thing of princelings is not generally considered a word, but it is a word, or it's in such common. The thing about words is that how do you um yeah, I mean that's fair, but I want to have a good one, I want to do, have good pages with lots of details. Yeah, I mean, um, yeah, I guess I am the most consistent, but it's just because I have it on. Words are hard. Yeah, but it's because I do every week as opposed to like bursts of like, you know what, after let's sit down and do this, and just do, just like sit down over the course of 4 hours and update like 20 pages as opposed to just chugging along an hour a week. Um, it's not necessarily a bad thing because both of them get, you know, slow and steady. Let's see. Oh, right. The thing about words. Words are hard, yes, but princelings is a word that it's so consistently used that it has become a word, and just because it's not often not acknowledged in greater, wider language doesn't necessarily mean it's not a word. Okay. Um. Um. In turn, he sends weapons to weapons. Um, Um, maybe I should go back and add the religion section is the faith of Procan. It doesn't mention that he is particularly tight with Procan, just that his city is. I'm not sure if that um should count for anything. Yeah, so we're gonna do allies section, and then we're gonna do personal, and then we're gonna end the stream because, um, yeah, um, therefore, um, should probably mention the whole harsh on the law thing. Supply lines, and therefore, allies and minions was the original. Trusted. Um, Ist or est? Elemental ist or elemental est? Mm, ist. Okay. Oh, Elkhurst. I spelled him right. Okay. Um, yeah, there we go. Um, yes. So, um, all right. Uh, um, okay. Um, Yes. Siskinama. Siskinama. Okay. Engagement. Yes. Okay. 50. Yes. Yeah. That's a C. Okay. I'm gonna call it. All right. Thank you for coming to the stream. Let me check chat. Um, Thank you all for coming to the stream. I really appreciate it. We got Elkhurst pretty solid, I think. I am very pleased with that. And I appreciate you all hanging out with me as we work on this together. No, that's not work out, but you're good and kid, but and we get encouraging, good to have encouragement. Thank you for being awesome. Um, Discord, um, not one that I'm fine. You don't have to, but what else? Come hang out with me. Be awesome. Don't forget to follow the channel, all that jazz. Okay. Um, and take care of yourselves. That's the most important thing. You know, make sure you rest and hydrate as needed. It's important. Um, we are going to raid somebody. Who are we going to raid, you might ask? Well, that is a um. You know what? We're gonna raid the Starborn Striker, a fellow writer, and um, yeah, cause she's on. Yeah, we're gonna go raid and doing a chill writing stream. Should be fun. Let's go a rating. Um, Off we go. All right, take care, everyone.